Artificial intelligence is a computer that has the ability to think, learn, and make decisions for itself. AI is generally divided into two main categories based on its ability to mimic human behaviour: strong and weak, or general and narrow intelligence. Both strong and weak AI can be split into two categories. Reactive machines are a level that have no stored memory and simply react to situations, such as Google's AlphaGo, chessbots, or really any machine you encounter that is playing a game. Limited memory AI is programmed to store a short span of memory to make decisions or predictions, a level that is most commonly found in self-driving cars. Theory of mind AI would be able to acknowledge that other beings have a mind and feelings, and that these feelings may impact their behaviour. And finally, self-aware AI would not only be able to recognise other beings and their feelings, but have feelings and emotions itself that would impact its behaviour similar to a human. Good news to anyone who is freaking out right now, because at this point in time there is no strong AI in existence and may not be for another 40 years. When many people think artificial intelligence, they think future. But whether you realise it or not, AI is here now. It's part of our everyday lives. AI tells you what to watch next. It creates playlists with the music it thinks would match your taste. It gives you friend suggestions on Facebook. And for some of you, it may even park your car. AI has become a major contributor in our society and is massively benefiting our daily lives. For instance, many businesses are using chatbots to make the process of booking online easier and more efficient. The eventual possibility of self-driving cars has the potential to save many lives on our roads. And furthermore, the company Ubenwa have set out to create an AI that diagnoses birth asphyxia and enough time to save that child's life. On the other hand, 70% of Americans fear a world where AI takes over their jobs, and 75% of these respondents do not believe the economy will provide better jobs once AI has hijacked theirs. Similarly, 70% of Australian consumers do not want businesses to use AI that breaches their privacy, no matter the goal being optimization. Worse yet, it seems several countries across the globe have some seriously dangerous plans for AI. As the co-chairperson of OpenAI, Sam Altman, says, in the next few decades, we will either be heading towards self-destruction or towards human descendants colonizing the universe. There are a few predominant countries leading the world in AI, but how does this fit into the big picture? The US is investing a whopping $10 billion, proving the country is serious about the development of AI. China sees the development of AI as essential to their economic growth and plans to dominate AI globally by 2030, whatever that means. Canada is building a $127 million research facility solely for artificial intelligence. The Australian government has invested a total of $29.9 million into the development of AI in business and industries, and has released a fund on AI funds that states the aim is to improve global competitiveness through industry-led collaborative research projects. But perhaps the government will need to invest more if this really is their goal. Startup companies such as OpenAI, XPRIZE, and Google's DeepMind are producing some amazing results through the development of AI at the moment, as is MIT. Some of the latest developments from these startups include Google's AlphaGo, an AI that beat the world champion at the Chinese board game Go, the GPT-2, an AI that can make up a whole paragraph of fake information based on just one sentence or even a few words, video game writing AIs, and even horror story writing AIs. AI entrepreneur Peter Diamandis created an organisation known as XPRIZE, through which he encourages scientists and creators alike to create AI to solve the world's problems. The AI STEM of these XPRIZE competitions ends in April 2020. While these are all really exciting breakthroughs in AI technology, many are warning against the rise of strong AI. Elon Musk refers to superintelligent AI as our biggest existential threat and compares it to summoning the demon. Musk also states that as AI becomes smarter than humans, the intelligence ratio of humans to AI will be similar to that of cats to humans. Take a moment to consider just how scary that really is. This sentiment is echoed by Stephen Hawking, who told the BBC in 2014 that artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. And again by Albert Einstein, who in the 1940s predicted that "I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. However, Mark Zuckerberg would disagree with these statements.
And I think that people who are naysayers and kind of try to drum up these doomsday scenarios are I don't understand it. I think it's really negative, and in some ways I actually think it's pretty irresponsible.
But does Zuckerberg really acknowledge the risks behind advanced levels of AI? In a TED Talk, Nick Bostrom, Swedish philosopher at Oxford, made it very clear that before creating superintelligent AI, we must first make sure the AI will be perfectly safe to humans.
Suppose we give an AI the goal to make humans smile. When the AI is weak, it performs useful or amusing actions that cause its user to smile. When the AI becomes super intelligent, it realizes that there is a more effective way to achieve this goal. Take control of the world and stick electrodes into the facial muscles of humans to cause constant beaming grins.
On that note, and rather worryingly, 5 countries, including France, the UK, Israel, Russia, and the US, all rejected a ban on lethal autonomous weapons after the UN Certain Conventional Weapons meeting held in April 2018. On top of this, according to an AI weaponry protest organisation known as Stop Killer Robots, all of these countries are producing increasingly autonomous weapons already. In 2017, a collation of AI researchers and advocacy organisations came together to create a video on the growing awareness of AI weaponry. This viral video is titled Slaughterbots, and it goes something like this.
The weapons took away the expense, danger, and risk of waging war.
Who could have done this?
Anyone.
This video was not so much an insight into our future, but rather what our present could be if the available technology was miniaturized. Before making a definitive decision about our future, perhaps we should look into a similar situation from the past. Shown here is a graph of the American public that supported America's decision in bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki over time. Notice the downward trend in the amount of people that agreed with the decision over time. A month after the bombing, 93% of survey respondents were content with the decision. By 1998, this figure was only 47%. More recently, in 2002, 55% of survey respondents said they would be happy to use nuclear bombs again, but only if the enemy was doing so first. This can be linked directly to a Brookings survey in which 29% of respondents said that AI weaponry should be developed, but only if other countries are doing so first. This comparison and the reactions towards nuclear bombs and AI weaponry is important.
I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want.
The destruction caused by the nuclear bombs on Japan was devastating, and Musk is saying that the danger of AI is even greater. For strong AI to end up in the wrong hands, it could mean lethal autonomous weapons in the wrong hands, stealthy bank robbers and undetected hackers. If AI weaponry was developed and unleashed on countries across the world, there would be some serious regrets in years to follow. Not only this, but the victims of the attacks could respond similarly to how Japan responded after the nuclear bombings, by becoming strong advocates against the technology. For a technology designed to make life easier, it would only be fair that the public were accepting of it. As much as some governments are pushing to have autonomous cars on the road, it seems a great majority of the public are already rejecting them. 56% of Americans and 57% of Australians all have negative feelings towards self-driving cars. But is it possible that a lot of how we perceive AI comes from irrational sources? A quick Google search of artificial intelligence movies will show that at least 7 of the top 8 movies cast AI in a negative light.
I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me.
Maybe Diamandis was right in saying nowadays the fear is promulgated by a flood of dystopian Hollywood movies and negative news that keeps us in fear of the future. But are these fears so irrational after all? Mindy Weisberger, writer at livescience.com, would say the fear of AI can be categorized in two ways. The fear that AI will be used for evil, and the fear that AI will gain consciousness and subjugate humanity. Unfortunately, neither of these fears may be as irrational as some would think. So how far should we go? Artificial intelligence is not our future. Weak AI is among us now. However, strong AI could be a very different story. Nick Bostrom again warns us against AI by saying,
For example, chimpanzees are strong, and yet the fate of Kanzi and his pals now depends a lot more on what we humans do than on what the chimpanzees do themselves. Once there is superintelligence, the fate of humanity may depend on what the superintelligence does.
Musk, Hawking, and even Einstein are warning against the uprise of strong AI, which could destroy our world. However, it's not only strong AI that is a threat to humans. 5 countries are resisting a ban on lethal autonomous weapons and pushing to integrate them into their military. The Slaughterbots video says enough. Is it really ethically correct to create a technology which can decide to take a human's life? The public already rejects the integration of AI in our daily lives, on our roads, and in our military. If the public is not ready for the full potential of AI, perhaps we should not be pushing it onto society yet. Perhaps we should first plan ahead in making AI totally safe and know exactly how to stop it if it ever got out of hand. Can you see a future where we share this earth with artificial intelligence?